As I'm moving around, I'm looking around and I'm looking for things that stand out. One thing I always notice is that cone way in the distance stands out a lot. So today I'm gonna try to get another picture of it. I've gotten a few before. Today I wanna stand further back. So with this lens, this is my zoom range. I'm gonna get one, try to get it in this zoom, but then I'm also going to try to get one that's more zoomed out. I like that photo because it stands out. Not even just the color, just the fact that there's a cone in the middle of a field. I feel like it stands out, has an interesting photo. One thing I also like doing is a color isolation, where I'll make everything black and white, and I'll just have the one color still saturated. And I like that cone a lot because it allows me to still have the orange color saturated. And it can create an interesting photo. So one thing I see right now is this bird. I'm gonna try to get a photo of it because it's circling right now. It's not really staying in one place. I wonder if, because the sky is so bright, wonder if I could get a good silhouette of the bird. I think one of those should be good, I hope so. I'll show it up on screen right now. So coming up here should be this flower bed right here. And I always find it interesting to take photos of this because every time I come, there's different lighting. And while maybe some beginners could take a basic photo of the flowers like this, I'll take one and edit it just to show. That could be a great photo. But I try to change it up a little bit. One thing I like is picking a specific flower. And if I pick this one right here, switch my stabilization to be closer. If I was to pick this flower right here, it could be good. And it could still be a great photo, but the background, there's still other flowers in the background and it doesn't separate it as much. So I like to come over and pick a flower that's more on the outside, like this one right here, because it creates a better background blur, more separation from the background. So that's one thing I look for, is if I can separate the subject from the background. And in this photo, you can kind of see right there, it's super blurry because there's nothing behind it from there all the way to there, and it gives it a lot of space to blur. Unlike if I was to just take a straight on photo, there's stuff right behind the subject. So I see this bird right here, and I'm going to use the viewfinder to hopefully get it before it flies away. Get a little closer because I can't see it anymore. I try to shoot these red birds because they always stand out, but they're very difficult because they like to hide. Let's see what I got. So I had paused there because I had heard a bird and it sounded very close. And whenever I hear that, I try to keep an eye out to see if I can see the bird that makes the noise. But sometimes you don't see it. But actually that led me to this tree right here. I think is very interesting because it's very colorful, more than usual. So I'm gonna try to get a shot of the whole tree. I make sure not to overexpose the highlights. I'm also going to try to get a shot of maybe just one of the flowers, horizontal as well. I don't know if you could see any of what I just did, so I'm going to redo it really quickly. So I think that those shots would be maybe good for the color isolation, but I think I also just want to make that pink color pop because it separates itself from the green. It might make a good subject. Here, I see a bird over here that stands out in the light. My metering is not good, so we're going to try to auto the ISO. Let's see if I can get a couple shots. I'm not too confident. I don't really want to go walking through there in case. So a lot of times birds will like to sit on branches of the low trees, and I like those shots because I can get them easily. This lens has a lot of reach, but I still don't want to be shooting at a bird that's maybe on top of that tree. It still won't be good. So like, if I ever find a branch that's low, like this one, I always stop and maybe not stop, but I always take a closer look at it to make sure there aren't any birds on it. I took a couple photos of the birds. I've shown them right now. I always look to see if I can get something similar to that again. I'm gonna take a little detour down here to the cow enclosures just to see. Because every day it's different. They're in different spots, different things around them, different clouds. See if anything really is interesting. See some birds there. They're kind of hidden in the foliage, so I'm not too sure. I don't know if they would have taken the cows out just because of it's been storming the past couple days, so I don't know if the cows are even out right now, but I don't see them at the moment. So I'm gonna keep walking. Better yet, I'm gonna show some photos I've taken from this fence area right on the corner right now. Here's some photos I've taken just in that area right there. So that's why I always come down here to look and see if I can get something similar. So with these flowers right here, like usually someone might want to, where is it? Right here. Isn't a horrid idea. It's not bad. It could definitely create a good photo. Once again, I might try to come over here, crouch down and try to create a bit, I have to back up because of my lens, maybe a bit more background separation. There's two different styles, two different shots. Just see how each turns out. I took both and we're gonna place both up right there. Hey, excuse me. Can I take a couple photos of your dog?
Sure.
Here. Hi. Do you think you could put her right in the sun?
I can.
Yeah, that's
What
great.
would these be used for, may I ask?
I have a YouTube and I have it recording here. I'm going to I blur everyone's face.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Do you mind if I keep the audio in as well? Okay. Here. What's her name? Aw.
Daisy, she's quite steady.
Daisy? Here. Daisy. Aw. Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Hi.
I suspect it's the camera. She's...
Maybe. Here, I wonder.
I'll give you one shot.
I wonder.
Come here, come here, sit.
I wonder.
Daisy.
Oh, that worked.
Daisy.
We got that right there. Oh, we got it right there. Oh, that's perfect.
Great. All right.
Here.
Good.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
This means a lot. Have a great day.
All right, you do the same.
So right now we are entering the more open field area of the park. The trail follows around there and then loops back around. You have playground. Over there, there's the animals. I want to go more over onto that side at some point because I pass a windmill there, and I was going to see if I can get a couple clips of how I compose that windmill and see if I can make it interesting. So right here, occasionally with these berries, the sun will come up and hit them and they'll almost glow. So I always keep an eye out when I pass these for that shot, but I'm at a different time than I'd usually come, so the lighting is different and they don't glow. So not in this video, stay tuned for a different video when I do it. I want to walk around all of these. These are private gardens, but a lot of them have flowers, and I'll take my other lens that's better for it and I'll walk through and I'll take a bunch of pictures of flowers that I can. So I'll have a dedicated video for that at some point. I see these two birds here. I chose not to take a shot of them because they're brown birds on like a dark green background because of how shaded it is. It's not really interesting. It doesn't really make a good photo that like stands out. And that's what I try to look for, is photos that stand out from the rest. So right here is the windmill I was talking about. So from here, I'm going to take just a straight on shot and see. It's somewhat interesting. It might be difficult today because it is dark and the sky is overcast. And that creates a big like difference in the shot that makes it hard to film sometimes. So I'm back over here a little bit closer to it. I'm going to hopefully use this difference with that, because although trying to get a color photo like this is very difficult because it's so dark, it can be very good for trying to get black and white photos because it creates silhouettes. And instead of trying to boost the shadows and get color where it's already dark, by making a photo black and white, you can kind of embrace the darkness of that area and it automatically creates a bunch of contrast, which is very good. Over here, I see a bunch of geese. I'm going to try to take a photo of them, but I'm going to try to get a little bit closer so I can take a photo of just one of them. And we'll see what I can get. I'm not going to get too close because I don't want to disturb them. I'm going to lower right here, zoom in all the way. That one was out of focus, but these ones here are not. I come right here, get a couple more. I think that should be good. I'll put those right there. So coming up here, I see a bunch of different types of flowers, and I want to try to get a photo of them. I'm thinking of the best way to compose. I don't really see. I see one. So with this flower here, I can kind of get in a place where nothing is in the background. Or like something like that. Let's also get a few landscape. Let's also try to get one dead on shot. Something like that, because the colors are popping a lot. I like how those turned out. I'll show them on the screen right now. So I'm seeing a squirrel over there. They're always difficult to shoot because they're very skittish, and getting a shot of one can be a big challenge because they're likely to just move. So this one's already on the other side of the tree trying to hide from me. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh, I might have got one. Here we go. I mean, it's a little out of focus, but he's looking right at me, and that's super cool. So here was another squirrel I just took. Wasn't too great of a photo. I didn't really have time to compose it because it was actively running away from me. Here, so this is one shot that might get overlooked. Is even just this yellow sign right here. When I do my color isolation, I look for colors that can stand out a lot from really the rest. So I might see that, try to isolate that color. I don't think this one, I like the zoomed out one. I think that one might do great. One thing that I think about that photo is it might be kind of boring. There's not really too much going on. I would try to add some foreground to it and like try to spice it up in some way, but I wasn't seeing too much that I could do that with. But I still decided to take the shot just to see how it would turn out. I should have put it on the screen by now, and we'll see how it went. So right here, this opens up onto 2 baseball fields. There's a football field there and soccer fields over there. On Saturdays and Sundays, those will be packed. There'll be a game on every single one, and it'll be full of people, and those people will usually have dogs, and I like to take photos of them. So that's another thing to keep an eye out for due to the day. So right now, it's Thursday, you don't have any games going. So there's no real reason to be around this side of the park as opposed to the other side where there's the playground. So it's one thing to keep an eye out when you're going to an area. Try to focus on where people will be, why they'll be there. So that way you can either go to where people will be and get shots, or you might want to stay away from people. So that way you're not interrupting or trying to get a peaceful shot so that they're not interrupting. It's just a balance, and think about what you do. You gotta be. We are almost back to the part where we started. I don't see anyone else ahead of me, so I'm going to start setting the camera up to go. I think that went okay. I hope you guys agree. I feel like I did a pretty good job explaining what I do, why I do things. If you would like to see something else again, similar to this in the future, let me know down in the comments, or pointers. But there's some things I could have done better on, and I want to focus on those in the next video. I want to keep improving, getting better. I'm almost back. I want to pick some of my top photos, and I'll add that to the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time.